Who is Saint Catherine of Sweden? She was a 14th century Swedish noblewoman and nun, venerated as a saint in the Catholic Church. She was the daughter of two other saints, Saint Bridget of Sweden, and her husband, Saint Ulf Gudmarsson. She is honored for her humility, dedication to her mother's religious order, and virtuous life. Her tireless work promoted her mother's canonization. Her feast day is celebrated on March 24th. Why did she become a saint? The Church recognized her life of heroic virtue and unwavering fidelity. Her humility and reputation for holiness and miracles after her death contributed to her sainthood. Born around 1331, she was the fourth child of Bridget and Ulf. She received deep Christian formation. At a young age, she married nobleman Egerd von Kernen. They lived in continence, dedicating themselves to prayer. After her husband's death, she joined her mother, Saint Bridget, in Rome, where Bridget established a community. Catherine became her mother's constant companion, sharing in her work, pilgrimages, and spiritual life. After Saint Bridget's death in 1373, Catherine brought her mother's body back to Sweden. It was for burial at the monastery of Vadstena, which Bridget had founded. She became superior of the Brigittine convent at Vadstena, diligently spreading her mother's order. She traveled back to Rome to work for her mother's canonization. Granted in 1391, she spent her last years at Vadstena, governing the community with gentleness and wisdom. She died on March 24, 1381, at Vadstena Abbey. Miracles were reported at her tomb. Her cult was confirmed in 1484. She is considered a saint by virtue of immemorial cult. What was her physical appearance? She lived in the 14th century. Before realistic portraiture, her appearance is based on artistic imagination and medieval religious art conventions. As a nun and mystic, she is typically shown as a young or middle-aged woman with a gentle, serene face. She wears the distinctive Brigittine habit, a gray or black tunic, white veil, and black veil. Sometimes a crown or simple band on her head symbolizes her noble birth and virginity. Attributes include a pilgrim staff, representing her travels to Rome with her mother. A book, The Rule of the Brigittine Order, symbolizes her role as guardian and promoter. A lily, a symbol of her virginity and chaste marriage, is also often depicted. A stag or deer sometimes guides her, representing a legend of founding a monastery. She is often shown with Saint Bridget, highlighting their relationship and Catherine's role. A model of Vadstena Abbey represents her work in establishing the Brigittine Order in Sweden. The image of Saint Catherine is that of a gentle, faithful, and dedicated daughter and nun, a woman whose holiness shone brightly enough to be recognized by the Church.